but you can't be seeing it, so you're good. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. I'm your host, the romantic funny man, Shawn Cornelius. And tonight, I got a very special guest going on. Here's a special half-hour show. I'm so glad my brother could be here. I'll tell you about him in a second, but I want you guys to, like we normally do, hey, what's going on, Producer Smoke? Please share this page to your friends so that we can get them involved on the party. And if you have any questions or comments that you'd like to pop up, you know how we do it every night that we have the show. Just go ahead and knock it out, and we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun tonight, and I'll tell you why. Doing stand-up comedy for almost 28 years now, you meet a lot of people. You meet a lot of very funny and talented people. You meet a lot of people who have just taken their game of comedy and elevated it to higher levels. And tonight's guest is one of those brothers that I've known for quite some time, through my time doing it. It's been a pleasure to see him succeed, and he's one of the good guys in the game. And there's a lot of good guys and good girls. I don't mean terrible people. He's just one of the honestly genuine good dudes. And he has elevated his game from comedy to acting, and we're going to find out a lot about him in our time. So, you know how it is. It's 2 minutes after the hour into the show. So let's bring our guest on. He's way on over there on the West Coast, and I appreciate him taking time out to do this. Shawn Larkins, comedian, actor Shawn Larkins. What's good, man?
What's up, though, man? Sean in the building.
You look Hollywood, bro. You look Hollywood.
I was just trying to look comfortable.
Well, okay. Well, since you're over there, I just said, I know you look very comfortable, brother. How's life treating you, man?
Life is great, man. Considering all that's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I see you sitting there.
I talked to my uncle today. He was just saying how crazy this year was, and I was like, man, you got to look at the bright part of it. Nobody in our family is sick. Nobody passed away. I mean, we lost a few dollars, but nobody got evicted. So I mean, I'm happy. I'm still working.
Yeah, and that's cool. That's cool. So all right, so yeah, and let's jump into that work thing, man, because we met through the art of comedy.
Yes,
and we've been
art of stand-up. The last art.
Right, and we've been doing it for a long time. So let me ask you. I mentioned earlier as I was going, how long you been doing stand-up?
25 years, 20, 25, 26 years, something like that.
Okay, all right, true. And you're originally from where? I know some of these questions, but for the folks,
I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan, West Side, Cooley High till I die. I joined the U.S. Air Force at 18 years old. Spent 4 years in the Air Force. I was in Desert Storm, Saudi Arabia. I was a cop in the Air Force, so I did that for 4 years, and then a brief stint in Detroit, again like 6 months, and then I moved to Atlanta, where I spent 25 years in Atlanta.
Cool. Well, let me say thank you for your service, man, in the military. Appreciate you. And so what made you, was it the Air Force there? I mean, the military there? What got you into the stand-up, the art of stand-up?
I didn't do I never even thought of it until I got to Atlanta. I had been in Atlanta for maybe almost a year. And stand-up never crossed my mind at all. I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I was working at Macy's at the time. I was working security at Macy's. And I had actually been to the comedy club maybe 2 or 3 times prior, and that was never on my radar. But one day I was in the comedy club, and Jonathan Slocum.
Yes.
Jonathan Slocum was on stage. So Jonathan was I don't know what the language is on your show.
I mean, we good. We keep it kind of decent, but
Okay. So Jonathan was on stage. He's killing. And I leaned over to one of my coworkers. I was like, he's funny, but he ain't that damn funny. I could do that. And something clicked in my head. Something like that. I went home that night and started writing jokes. And I wrote me a 5-minute set. And for 2 weeks, I just went over it and over it and over it and over it. And I had it solid in my head of how I wanted to do it. And I went back to the comedy club 2 weeks later. The first person I ever met in comedy was Hurricane Andrew.
Okay.
And I said, yeah, I want to do comedy. Where should I go? He said, go to this club called the Underground, called Teddy's Live Underground. Went down there, put my name on the list the next day. Petrified. I mean, petrified. Thought I was going to swallow my tongue. But when they call your name, ain't no going back. So I had to go up. And when I went on, the first time I ever went on, I did pretty good. So that was, the bug had bit me, and it was on since then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Want to say what's up to comedian A Train. He popped in and said, "Hey, what's up, fellas?"
So what I do.
Jacksonville. So yeah, and since then you never look back. Right? You've been doing it. You've been traveling around the country, making people laugh. What's one of the hardest things, Shawn, that you found with stand-up comedy?
The hardest thing. I guess it would be breaking into another money bracket. You know, you kind of get stuck at a certain amount, a certain level, because for me, for what I can see, there's really no middle ground in comedy. Very few people. You either making a ton of it or you at the bottom tier. Like, we don't have there's not really a middle tier for this unless you got some other forms of income. So, you know, the people that were on that first season of Def Jam, unfortunately, I missed that. But
Right.
everybody who was ever on the first 2 seasons of Def Jam, they've been making 10 grand a night since the 90s. And if you didn't make that cut, it's hard to get into that tier of money.
Right.
Unless you know, now you can do it where you can become famous online.
Right.
You know, and we don't come from an online thing. We come from stand up, and so I don't have a online presence, and I just refuse to put a wig on to make some money to get some likes at this. I ain't gonna do it. And I've seen comedians in our bracket who putting on wigs and just doing anything to get some likes, and it looks ridiculous. And I just can't do it, man, for whatever reason I want.
Right. You stated your comedic foundation of morals and how you do. You
Right.
know, I want to say what's up to the godmother. Tina Graham is watching. Also, Cliff Hughes is a comedian out here.
What up, Tina?
Yeah, so let's jump, man. So when you first started out, you got well, you said I'm gonna do this. You've been doing it, and then you jumped over into the other side of it, another avenue, which is the acting. Now, did you always want to act, or was it just something that came off of doing stand up?
I started studying acting in Atlanta maybe 15 years ago, just as I feel like all comedians should study acting. You should be writing. You should have your own scripts. I think too many of us just do rely on stand up, and you gotta have some other things, because as a comedian, you never know who's watching you, and
Right.
you might, especially if you in New York, Atlanta, LA, you like, oh, I need you for this show, and you never took an acting class in your life. Like, I wanted to be ready.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's cool. So you took the chance, as a lot of folks do. You jumped out to one of the major places where everything was going on. And how long have you been out west?
About 2.5 years now.
2.5 years. And
Mhm.
you're out there pounding the pavement, doing your thing, and then you landed a gig.
Well, no, the gig is the reason I came out here.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've toured with Set the Entertainer for about 10 years now.
Okay.
And so when Sid got greenlit for the show The Neighborhood, he thought it would be interesting for me to work on the show. So one night we were in Cleveland doing a show. Afterwards, we went to some ghetto strip club, and Sid was like, "Hey man, Sid was drunk as hell. I never seen Sid this drunk. He was lit." And he was like, you'd be good to be a writer. You know me. I think I can get you in his writer room. And long story short, I wasn't able to get. I called him the next day. I said, you were drunk. You remember what you said? He's like, no, I'm serious. But maybe 2 weeks later, I found out everything had already started, and I hadn't got a call from him. So I hit him up. He was like, listen, man, the showrunner already picked all his writers, but what I can do is I can get you in the room, and you prove yourself, and we can go from there. So at that point, I had officially, in my mind, I had checked out of Atlanta. I was gone. I was already in LA.
Right.
And I flew. I said, I'll see you Monday. I flew out Monday and basically dropped my life in Atlanta to come out here. I don't have kids or a wife, so I was able to do that. And Yeah, I was. So I went from just doing stand up to being in a writer's room in CBS, which is pretty overwhelming, considering.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
this wasn't BET, this wasn't Bounce TV, this is CBS. This is one of the oldest networks in the history of television.
mhm. So you got in on that level, but you also got on in front of the camera. I've seen a couple of
Yeah, so yeah,
episodes that you popped in.
by season two, they had actually written me in a role on the show, Randall the Mailman. So I've appeared in 3 episodes of the show. Hopefully, we got 8 episodes left in this season 3. And I'm not a writer anymore, but I still work on the show. I do crowd warm up for the show. So unfortunately, we don't have a crowd this year due to COVID, but
Right, right.
yeah. But that option is still there when we get back to normal. And so yeah, I'm hoping within these last 8 episodes I can make an appearance or two.
That's what I was getting ready to ask you because of the way the pandemic has knocked everybody off. You know,
You
you got
breaking up, bro?
yeah, I know. I see this thing is crazy, but can you still hear me?
Not really. It's really
Okay,
choppy.
okay. Yeah, something's going on with the Wi-Fi, so I try to do the best to get through this thing. Uh,
I'm
you can't
sorry, I didn't hear
no,
nothing you said.
nothing at all, huh? All right,
No,
hold
it's
tight.
like really choppy. Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
hold. Yes, yes, I hear everything you're saying. Yeah.
I don't know if it's mine or what, but yeah, I can.
All right, so hold tight.
There we
Don't
go. There we go. There we go.
we're back.
Yeah.
I was just talking about the pandemic, working in how difficult it is to work during the pandemic. You know, because everybody's having it hard, but people are still trying to do their thing here and there.
I would say that the first 5 months I didn't do anything, nothing, zip, zilch, nada, which was mind blowing, considering I'm pretty much on the road every weekend of the year, gone somewhere. When I came to LA, it did slow down because I was working on the show, and I wouldn't take as many gigs. But still, I was still working 2, maybe 3 weekends a month to go from that to, even if I'm in LA, I can still hit stages. But we're on total shutdown, so nothing.
Yeah.
Then I started picking up a few dates. And I also toured with, now Sad wasn't doing anything because he can't afford to get sick. But Ricky Smiley, who I've known for a long time, he's started taking dates. So I go on the road with Rick. And actually we're in Miami for New Year's Eve. So I'm with him.
Okay. All right. And is this acting? Is it comedy or acting? You're gonna, your comedy is your foundation. The acting thing is here, so you're gonna continue to try to do acting as well.
Of
Other
course.
projects.
I mean, the thing about LA is an expensive town to live in. Like this little 1-bedroom apartment costs over $2,000 a month, and it's crazy. But Hollywood writes some fat checks, bro.
I can imagine.
Fat checks. So when you can get in there, you get in there.
Right, right, right. Oh, that's cool, man. Continued blessings to you, brother. Continued
Yes.
blessings to you on that level. What's the come up game for you as far as, because I hear a lot of young comics saying older comics don't reach back and give them any jewels and drop jewels. What jewels would you drop to a younger comic trying to do the thing?
Shit. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, they need to be dropping jewels to us. Them the ones know the internet. Help me out. Help my old ass out. I don't know nothing about it.
Right, right, right.
Y'all
Well,
the
with
ones got it.
with this new game, right? With the whole platform.
That's where the money at. This stand-up ain't it's okay, but the money is online, and I don't have an online presence. I wish I did.
Yeah.
You teach me that, and I'll teach you how to. I'll show you things about stand-up, but I don't know if I actually mentor people. Maybe I should, but I know a couple of young cats that I really think are really funny, especially out of Atlanta, and I mess with them heavy. I was just at Uptown in Atlanta 3 weeks ago, and I brought Jen Thomas, Miss Jen, out of Atlanta, a young girl. She's a nut, man. She's funny. I love her. I'm a true fan, and I mean I mess with her heavy.
Right, right. All right, cool. Well, listen, man. Since this is our half-hour show, I'm gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come right back at you, holler about you about some things, and find out your opinion on maybe some topics that people like to talk about on my show: love, romance, intimacy, and then we'll get you out of here.
For sure.
All right, man. Thank you. You guys hang out. We'll take a short break. Come back with more with comedian actor Shawn Larkins on After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. All right, welcome back to the show. This is After Dark with Shawn Cornelius, sitting in with my special guest, Shawn Larkins, man. And we left, Shawn, you were talking about the comedy game, but let's kind of switch gears really quickly. You mentioned something about family life, but doing stand up and in the entertainment thing, and I know you run into a lot of females, you run into a lot of this and that, but but we're going to talk about specifics,
You
man.
choppy again, man.
Yeah, I know. Is it really that? Is it bad again?
Okay, that's better. That's better.
All right, we'll see what we can do and try
All
to
right,
get through this. Give me your definition of love, Shawn. What's your definition of love?
Whew. Love is giving someone your heart and expecting them, not a stranger, but expecting someone else to take care of your heart and say, "Hey, this is the one and only heart. Don't mess this up." And I'm trusting you with it because we don't trust it with anybody. But if you love somebody, you say, "Hey, I'm gonna get this to you. Don't mess this up. I only got one." And men, we don't go through a lot of heartbreak. We don't deal with that. That's once or twice in our life we're gonna get our hearts broken.
Yeah, yeah. All right. What's your definition of romance?
For me, it's affection. If I'm into you, I'm a very affectionate person. So it's surprises, it's affection, it's touching, it's the little things as far as romance goes. It's the little things and the big things. It's surprising somebody with flowers at work and just I don't know. That's what it is for me. The touch.
Hey man, it's subjective. That's a good answer, brother.
Right.
And why is that important to you? Why would romance be important to you?
I'm a romantic guy. I have to have it. I actually dated this girl when I first got out here. Beautiful girl, but her level of affection was zero. Like she just was not affectionate. It wasn't even just me. Like she didn't even like her daughter really touching her, so I knew it wasn't
Wow.
just me. And I was like, I can't do this. I have to. I'm a very affectionate guy, and no offense to you, just that's who you are.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So in saying that with that definition, man, and you did say you're an affectionate dude, on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you place yourself?
7 or 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And since you're an 8 or 7 or 8, give us an example of something that would place you at a 7 or 8. What's something that you've done in your romantic lifetime?
Wow. Let me see. I don't know. I just one of my most romantic. Me and my ex went to Virgin Islands, and after probably the biggest fight we ever had, and it was just the most romantic weekend ever. We had this bungalow, and we carried each other around in the water all day, and it was just us two, and it seemed like it was just us against the world, and that was probably the most romantic time of my life. And
Sweet.
unfortunately, that was such a high point that anything else is hard to reach that level of romance for me. And so as I'm not with my ex anymore and we don't talk anymore, but I still have that level of a relationship and romance that I would like in my life.
Sure, sure. All right, good answer, brother. What give me 3 things that attract you to a woman on Shawn Larkins' list. 3 things that attract you to a woman.
Legs. I love some long, curvy legs. Oh, what else is attracting to me? I like lips. You mean, are you physical or just whatever?
Or whatever.
Um, Physically, I like lips. I like a woman with beautiful lips and hair.
Okay, so it's kind of like physical for you.
Yeah, it's very physical for me.
Okay,
Other
now
things come later because I don't know those other things yet.
truth. What are the three things that turn you off about women?
Um, Weed heads, insecurity. I will never deal with that again. And just a 0 to 100 attitude, like where there's no filter. That's I don't know. I can't do that.
Okay, cool, good deal. Now, Sean, I'm gonna make you think a little bit.
Oh,
You got respect, trust, and honesty in a relationship. We know those are essential.
mm-hmm.
Tonight, you get a chance, an opportunity to get rid of one of those, and your relationship still will be successful. Which one do you let go of?
Respect, trust, and honesty. Woo. Um, Damn. Maybe shit. Maybe respect. I guess. I guess respect.
whatever works for you, brother.
Yeah, I guess respect.
Okay, okay. You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to follow up with a reason.
All right.
That's all good. That's all good. All right, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do our final thing for the interview. You're walking down the street of Hollywood. You kick a bottle. A genie pops out. It's a very low budget genie. She only has one wish, but you can get this one wish, but it has to involve love. What would be your one wish for your love situation?
The woman that I get in a deeply committed relationship with, the woman of my dreams, that the one that checks maybe not all the boxes. I know that's impossible, but since I got a genie, I guess I can wish for whatever I want. But that I'm in a deeply committed relationship with the woman of my dreams. So yeah, I guess that would be it. If that's only love.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. You're moving through this nice and easy,
Yeah.
brother. Real easy. So here's what I'm going to do. I have this game that I call Favorite Sevens. I'm just going to call out some things, and you just give me your favorite.
Okay.
Your favorite food.
Seafood.
Favorite all-time song.
Just one?
Just well, you can give me two. It's your it's just about you.
For hip hop, it would be Get Money, Junior Mafia and Biggie. R&B, it would be This Masquerade by George Benson.
Nice choice. All right. Okay. Favorite movie all time.
Just one. Shit.
Yeah, like you could, if you turn the TV on at any moment and it's on, it could be 10 minutes left in the movie. You're gonna sit there and watch it.
It's a few of them, but I guess I would say Love Jones.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's the first time a dude has said that one. Had some women pick that one. It's a good movie. It's really a great movie.
It's a great movie.
All right. Favorite book you've ever read?
Kevin Hart's book. I don't remember the name of it, with the puppies on the front. Could not put that book down. Very good book.
Okay. Favorite all-time vacation spot?
Cayman Islands.
All right.
Oh, no, wait a minute. No. Ooh, it would be Martha's Vineyard.
Martha's Vineyard.
Martha's Vineyard, yes.
Tony Tone gave that answer too.
Yes, Martha's Vineyard, yes.
All right.
Most relaxing place on earth.
Oh, yeah. Favorite all-time TV show?
The Wire. Hands down.
All right. And favorite time, this is the last one. Favorite time of the day for love making?
At night.
At night.
Yep. Right before bed.
All right. Okay, cool, man. And with that answer, Shawn Larkins, you are off the Romantic Funny Man's love seat. I appreciate you stopping through.
Bro, I appreciate you having me, man.
No, man, this is great for me. And continue blessings on what you're doing. Before you get out of here, could you please drop your social media or whatever you have people following you on, and so we can have that.
Yeah,
So,
hit me up on Instagram. It's Shawn SEAN_Larkins LARKINS. Facebook, you can befriend me on same name. Also, the new Clubhouse app, you can find me on there. Follow me on there. We have actually, I got off a good Clubhouse conversation to jump on with you for a minute, so I'm about to head over there in a minute.
okay, man. No, I appreciate that. I thank you so much for taking the time out.
Oh man, I always, my man. No, we ain't seen each other in a while. Can't wait to get back on stage with you, fam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, all right, man. Thank you so much. And listen, guys, thank you for following the show. Thank you for tuning in tonight. And we appreciate you on Facebook and YouTube. And as I always say in parting, as I leave the show, please go with God in your heart. Have a peace of mind. Have a wonderful, wonderful tomorrow. And guys, please stay safe because you know something is out there. I don't care what you believe. We know something's happening. So protect yourselves. If not, protect someone else. So this is Lula May and Cornelius' baby boy saying good night. God bless you. We'll catch you around the corner on the next episode of After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. Peace out. All right, Shawn, stay right there. Take care of yourself, brother. All right.